it's time to move on to the surprise packages that we have of this season. So, unfortunately, Rohan can't name Isuru Dana here because he's already named him as the X Factor. So, Rohan, who's your surprise package?
I think it's going to be Josh Felipe, and I think if he plays the way he plays in the Big Bash, it of course it's going to be tough, and there's not like there's a non-negligent percentage of him failing, but I think if he gets a proper chance and it clicks for him, he can be a really good surprise package, and he can give that explosivity that RCB need, and just to like make sure everything is clear and steady by the time Kohli comes in. If he can get like 20-25 runs quickly and then get Kohli and AB de Villiers into bat, I think that'll be ideal for them.
Yeah, doing part of the player's job basically.
Kabir, who is your surprise package?
My surprise package is your surprise package. Sundar Padikkal. I think that he's shown that he can make runs at domestic level, and I think this is just the next step on his way to playing for India. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I think this is an IPL that will allow him to showcase these talents and push for selection further on.
Fair enough. Noor, any different surprise packages?
I was gonna go with Kabir's, but now because he said it, I'll choose someone else. We haven't mentioned him enough, but I think I really want Umesh Yadav to have a really great season. I think he's a fantastic
100%.
player, but I also think he has the potential to become a really, really good limited overs bowler again. He was when, in the earlier stages of his career, then he shifted more towards test. But I think he also is key for the early wickets, right? I don't really see an early wicket taker here with the exception of him. So, or maybe Chahal as well. But
Dale Steyn, guys. Dale Steyn.
I mean, he's not in my team, right? And so I think Umesh Yadav is as important as like a Chris Morris or a Saini to RCB success this year as anyone else.
For my surprise package, since Kabir stole my obvious one, there was a secondary one I had thought of because I predicted this scenario happening. And that is someone no one has really mentioned on this podcast, which is Washington Sundar. He wasn't really given enough chances last year in the IPL, and he's never really set the IPL on fire. And even with the Indian team, he's just sort of been there. And I feel like this could really be a season for him because especially now that we mentioned the out of the Chinnaswamy, it's not as demanding, it's not as punishing on spinners where he's going to be bowling. So I feel like this is really an IPL where he can stand up, be counted, and make himself a household name, and probably like a long-term successor to, let's say, Ravindra Jadeja, because he's got all the skills. He's a good off spinner. He's tall. He can tonk the ball as well as a batsman. So if he learns from people, let's say he can learn from people like Morris in terms of how to fulfill that role as a finisher and an all-rounder. And I feel like that could really hold him in good stead, not only for the future IPL, but also for India and the role that he's going to have to play in the Indian team. And also, Noor mentioned early wicket taker. He bowls in the power play as well. So he could provide an option to take wickets there as well. So I'm really hoping Washington Sundar, and I just love his name. I've loved it since the day he entered the cricketing circuit. So I just hope he has a really good IPL.